Hey friends, have you ever dreamed of making the Philippines your new home? Well, it's no wonder given the country's affordable living, beautiful climate, and gorgeous beaches. If you're a foreigner looking to settle down in the Philippines, there are few legal options to consider. The tourist visa is a popular choice, but it got some limits to it. You'll have to renew it every few months, which can be a bit of a pain, right? Another option is the Special Resident Retiree Visa or the SRRV, which gives you a longer stay but it will cost you a pretty penny upfront. And then there's the Permanent Resident Visa, which gives foreigners the right to live in the Philippines indefinitely. In this video, we will unpack all the details you need to know about the Permanent Resident Visa, including on how to apply, what the benefits are, and any potential downsides. So, let's dive in. The Permanent Resident Visa allows foreigners to stay in the Philippines for as long as they want. But what other benefits can you get from having a permanent resident status in the Philippines? Well, the permanent resident visa in the Philippines comes with a bunch of cool perks. Like, you don't have to keep running to immigration office to renew your tourist visa all the time. The Philippines PR also is forever and never expires or needs renewing. You only need to renew your ACR card every 5 years. And you don't have to buy a return ticket when you enter the Philippines. It's also easier to get bank loans, insurance, and utilities under your name. You can work in the Philippines without a separate work visa. How awesome is that? And finally, you can stay in the Philippines for as long as you want. So, we have established that you want to become a permanent resident in the Philippines, right? Listen up, because there's a few things you need to sort out first. But the stuff you need to do might be different depending on what kind of visa you want. But we'll go over the main things. Before we head to the different pathways you can get a permanent residency in the Philippines, it is very important to note that one of the most significant things to know about Philippine permanent resident visas is that they are only offered to citizens of the 82 countries that also offer permanent residency to Filipinos. These countries are the following. There are a couple of different pathway categories of permanent resident visas in the Philippines. Number 1, quota visa. In a nutshell, the Philippines can grant permanent residency to foreigners who possesses exceptional skills or are willing to invest substantial amount of money. What is considered an exceptional skill and what is a substantial investment? Well, this is entirely left to the discretion of the Commissioner of the Bureau of Immigration. I will put their guidelines on the description below. It can also vary from case-to-case basis. You can think along the lines of something that will contribute to the national economy or be of national interest. The thing is, they only issue a maximum of 50 quota visas per nationality each year. This could pose a problem for the average Joe to obtain a quota visa. But, hey, if you are not an average Joe, it's not a problem, right? Number 2, non-quota visa. The second type is called a non-quota visa. Unlike quota visas, the Bureau of Immigration doesn't set a limit to the number of non-quota visas they can issue each year. They don't require a big financial commitment either. All you need to do is fulfill the requirements listed above. There are 7 kinds of non-quota permanent residency visas, which are the following. Third one is special work visas. For any work activity in the Philippines, including business and investment, you need to obtain a work permit for foreigners. There are several types of visas for this purpose. There is special visa for an employee of an offshore banking division, special visa for employment generation, and special investor resident visa or SIRV. And lastly, one of the most popular visa to get a permanent residency in the Philippines is the Special Resident Retiree Visa or the SRRV. SRRV is a special non-immigrant resident visa that provides its holder with multiple entry and indefinite stay status in the Philippines. It also grants tax-free incentives and privileges as well as value-added services and benefits that they can avail from partner establishments such as hotels, resort, retirement facilities, and restaurants. It is a lifestyle visa for those who enjoy perks and privileges, a hassle-free visa for the frequent business traveler, and a retirement visa for the elderly who need special care for their special needs. You can learn more about SRRB from this video I previously made. I will put the link in the description bio too. Also, if you want me to do a step-by-step guide on getting the SRRV, let me know in the comment section below and I will create a video about it. Continuing on our permanent resident visa, even though there are several types of PRV in the Philippines, we will focus on 13A permanent resident visa or the one that you have to be married with a Filipina because it is mostly common issued type. Application process. The first step towards getting your PRV is filling out the Consolidated General Application Form. You should know that you can also apply for a PRV in a foreign country by visiting the Philippine consulate or embassy in your home country. No matter which route you take, you will be asked to provide the following. You do not have to attend an in-person interview if you are applying for your 13A PRV in the Philippines. However, you and your spouse will be required to attend an interview if you are applying at the Philippine consulate or embassy in a foreign country. Application. Now that you have filled out all the necessary forms and you submit them in person to the Bureau of Immigration office. Alternatively, you can submit them to a frontline worker at one of the Bureau of Immigration offices that provide this service. You will then pay the fee, which are Please also be reminded that these fees must be paid in cash. You will not be able to use a credit card, personal check, or any other payment method. Do not leave the office without getting your order of payment slip and official receipt. Your official receipt will tell you where to go for your initial hearing and biometrics capturing for your ACR card. While it takes a few weeks to receive approval in some cases, you should anticipate a wait of at least 1 to 2 months. You can find out if your application has been approved by checking in at the Bureau of Immigration's website. You can also go to the immigration office for updates if you wish, but that can be quite inconvenient. So you have waited patiently for approval and it has finally arrived. You now granted a probationary visa for a year. Provided you are still married to your Filipino spouse and you've continued to be an upstanding citizen, you can then amend your probationary visa to a 13A permanent resident visa. Please be aware that you will be required to pay the same fees as you did when you applied for your probationary visa. This process is exactly the same as it was when you applied for your probationary visa. Once approved, you can head to the immigration office to activate your new 13A visa. Now you can finally enjoy all the benefits of being a fully legal permanent resident in the Philippines. Living here on a permanent basis is relatively easy and very cheap to achieve, right? Also, please remember that even though one of the most popular ways to do this is to get married and apply for a 13A permanent resident visa, There are few other popular alternatives that don't involve marriage, like those visas I mentioned above. And there you go. That is how you can live in Philippines forever. If this video is helpful, I would appreciate if you click the thumbs up button and make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notification bell on so you won't miss out on my next video. That's all for today, folks, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.